After some technical drawings inspired of the lesson of electromagnetism, we'll do the different parts of the motor, beginning with the coil, the most important thing, made out of 2 ribbon rolls which will be built around the axis of the engine through a wooden frame, this one, doing a 2-stage coil. We'll then weigh the copper in order to have exactly the same amount of copper in each of the 2 rolls, thus making a perfectly balanced copper coil like this one. To have the most efficient use of Laplace forces, we'll have to invert the current in the coil each half of a spin. For that we'll use a collector made out of 2 halves of a copper tube sticked onto a plastic tube. Then doing the brackets to hold the axis of the engine, which will then stand on a basis with the collector on it. We'll then balance the coil in adding weight and prepare the brushes to be in contact with the collector, and finally add the magnets. After an independent judging of the work, it's time to do the wiring to the batteries. But let's see if it works. Now let's do some measures. Through a series paradigm we can read an average measure of 50 milliamperes running through the coil. And through a parallel plug-in we can read an average measure of 5 volts. You can now read the power calculation, which is done with no effort on the axis and with the very complex reading of the valence. By painting the outer hand of a straw fitted to the prop of the motor, we can now access the rotational speed of this engine. We took a little slot of 1 second of video and extended it in slowing it to 1 minute of video and counted the numbers of rotations, which is of approximately 15, making up to 900 RPM. Using all the previous measuring, we can now access the torque of this engine, like it's appearing now on your screen.